the better team skill and performance-wise in that last map. And Bind is not a map that I really think I've seen them fail on. They don't often get blown out on this map, I don't believe. And so even though the last time these two teams met just days ago, 100 Thieves trounced them. It wasn't even close. A blowout in 2 maps, just going the way of 100 Thieves. I just really think LG is playing at a level that, you know, either you or I expected them to have at some point, and they're showing it now.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we're looking at the records now, when they played versus Xset, they lost that into a couple of overtimes, 16-18. They lost it versus 100 Thieves, 5-13. They won versus T1, though, 13-4. So they do have, and a win versus Nbox as well, 13-8. So they still have, you know, some firepower necessary and what it takes to maybe try to make this close onto the second map. But so far, 100 Thieves definitely showing that they don't want to be out of this race, and it's an early kill and looks to be an explosion towards the B side very soon. But you have Thief that's holding it out, but he can't shoot the dart fast enough, and the trade comes through, or the double jump comes through, the bait and switch, and Asuna still gets the kill. And it's looking to be a flawless round so far for 100 Thieves as they plant the spike at pretty much a default spot for Octagon. Dicey's in the corner at the B cubby. He spots aproto, is forced to fall back, but he also heard the footsteps of the Jett running towards the elbow. Shot darts to come through. Dicey out in the open now. Ksiaze at the elbow, and he loses the fight versus Nitro, leaving now aproto on his own. He's managed to take up 2 kills, rather, into this round, as now he's getting wall banged, and he's coming off an off angle, and that is going to be it. Nitro, all the way here from the back of the site, is going to be able to wall bang him here, and the pistol will come in favor of 100 Thieves.
Yeah, I mean, a great way to start. Certainly on the attack side of Bind, you want to get as many rounds as you can early and at least get a cushion underneath you, you know, to prevent any kind of landslide once KZ gets an operator into his hands. Like, then Bind becomes a very different map. You got to approach both bomb sites with a lot more caution, use more utility to get to that point. And so, you know, we've seen many times throughout this series and in the match prior with 100 Thieves, you know, ecos, force buys, just going awry in really just unfortunate ways.
Yeah.
So a clean anti-eco is something that I think 100 Thieves needs, you know, to at least feel comfortable with how well LG has been playing today. That said, so much Valorant left to play. Austin finding the entry onto the bomb site. Dicey with another. A bomb site is now in possession of 100 Thieves. They will plant the spike. Hiko fending off the flank. Finding one on mada and another wallbang headshot onto a Thief. Destroyed. One man left. That's KZ up in A heaven. See if he can get anything at all.
316.
Yeah. And it's not going to happen. Actually.
Steel is doing the 90 turns. He's cranking 90s is what we call it in Fortnite, right?
Cranking 90s, man.
That was funny to watch, but still, it shows how convincing it is from 100 Thieves, and that's all thanks to, I think that's 2 rounds in a row, right? Where Hiko is playing with recon darts that spots opponents and allows 100 Thieves to explode into an area and just capitalize on a backstab. So if this continues on, again, like I said, it was very one-sided for 100 Thieves versus LG on this very map 2 days ago. And there's a reason why, and hopefully LG has something they're able to adapt to that from, you know, from their lessons on that last matchup.
I'll tell you what, though, Bind is definitely a Sova map, and Hiko's no stranger at this point to playing Sova, and, you know, I'm not surprised to see him that dominant, but aproto challenging again at Showers. I thought he was going to back out of that cage.
Yeah.
Does not find more than one. He's able to get at least that one, but not enough. Gets traded out immediately. Thief with a nice headshot moving in, but gets dinked for his trouble. That's 3-on-3 now in favor of no one, as the spike is yet to get planted, but the bomb site still out of LG's reach. Penned up in heaven now. And KZ snatches the skull off of Steel. 3-on-2, the retake looking a little bit more favorable for LG now. The standard does get Nitro. Thief finds a free one, and now just Hiko lining up some shock darts for the bomb plant. And the spike does get tapped immediately. 2 shock darts go out. Recon dart to follow. They're off it. He's spamming at nothing currently, but might be able to get some more damage out and get a kill or two because these guys are weak. Almost ran out of ammo. Didn't happen. Almost happened though. Mada able to collect the classic kill. I was puckered up in the last 10 seconds there. My word.
Same here.
That almost was a Hiko clutch, and that would have been really bad. I mean, considering how well that round was going for LG, You know, a bonus round for 100 Thieves. That would be 3 rounds with the bonus for, oh god, that would be absolute disaster.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't happen though.
You would have had a route of a 4-0, 5-0 or something.
Like, those guys were on 10 HP and 20 HP. It really could have happened, but you know what? Moving into round 4. What do you think, Van Seal? You got 5 players from 100 Thieves towards A currently. And they're willing to challenge aproto.
You definitely have them hesitating, right? Almost losing a 3 versus 1. I even saw the last bullet who was trying to take down the spike carrier with it because he knew he didn't win that fight versus a Sova. But now you see as, you know, cyber cages don't matter right now. 400 Thieves are still going to continue to press forward, press charge. And thankfully, as he runs out of bullets, still enough with paint shells to get some kills. And now upgrading back and forth, realizes that it's a cheaper gun. He's just going to opt to reload his Phantom. And that's going to be a Spike Planet, a 5 versus 1, and potentially a flawless round coming through. So yeah, with them trying to go with the bonus round and almost winning a 3 versus 1, then they go with full gun rounds and still dominate into the site. LG have to think of something different to the explosive playstyle that we're currently witnessing from 100 Thieves.
Right. And that'll do it. LG immediately sent back to the depths. 100 Thieves looking really good on this attack side, Vans. And, you know, I mentioned the an op on KZ maybe being a factor for LG's success in this map. And the fact that they didn't win pistol, they won the bonus, excuse me, but then they lost the round following. I mean, this is just, it's going to be 6 rounds into this half until we might be in a situation to see that have an impact.
Correct.
Which is unfortunate if you're an LG fan, but if you're 100 Thieves, this is good times. sending LG back to eco territory.
I saw the attempt there for LG at least. They were trying to grab that orb at least to charge out the Blade Storm for Ksiaze. That could maybe turn around on his back with that. But as they sprayed back versus the Cloud Burst, the orb remains uncontested and not picked up. So this allows now 100 Thieves to regain control of the map, and it seems as though, as they know they're trying to take control of the orb, they just want to press it back and make sure that LG doesn't take it. So they have a couple of players up towards Fountain. Alarm, or should I say Boombot, towards the hookah as well. Counter Boombot through the paranoia. That actually hurt Asuna very badly, but at least they open it up on the B side long. They take the teleport towards A, as Steel was able to catch people on the rotation. So that's an open site now for 100 Thieves to get a plant. And you still have Dicey protecting the weapon left behind, but he still loses it to Ksiaze. Off the flank, 2 to fall. Ksiaze is able to pick up at least the Phantom left behind. He's going to go for it.
Opting to save instead, wisely so. Man, 100 Thieves. We both said 2-1, and I think
I said 2-0.
Sorry, 2-0. I think we both said 2-0 actually, but that's neither here nor there. All I'm trying to say is that you know, for 100 Thieves on this map, like I said, I really saw LG maybe being more comfortable on Bind than Haven. But, I mean, at 4-1, at 4-1, 100 Thieves is looking like a well-oiled machine, frankly. I know this is going to be the second gun round of the half. We finally have that operator, and it came in a round early, excuse me. I said round 6, but here we are.
Yeah,
this is round
small
6.
shields, right? So
my brain's huge. Nice. Yeah. Well, we finally see the operator. Finally see the operator on KZ. Yeah. Get smoked out immediately, but I really think that if he can be an impact in these rounds, this half might come a little bit closer, but 100 Thieves is definitely in the driver's seat here.
Well, the Owl Drone is going to spot at least only 1 player towards triple, but nothing out of that, nothing more rather, because there was dark cover that doesn't allow Steel to peek out into the site. So that's not enough information here for 100 Thieves. So they want to try to see if they can get pressed more towards the opposite side of the map, maybe force a rotation out at the same time too. And they definitely will try to force a rotation out because everybody from 100 Thieves are grouping up here towards this B side. Asuna is going to be the one to start things off and try to take control of hookah. While you only have 1, or I mean that 2 players playing inside that B side, you have the trap wires towards the regular spots at Octagon and also at the window jump out. And even the camera, I think that's on the top of the window just to try to see if anybody's playing close there, as you could see.
I'm
so
almost
they're playing retake.
wondering there's 3 players at A. All the info is that everybody at 100 Thieves at B right now, and there's no rotates coming in. So I'm a little concerned for LG here. They still are not moving. 25 seconds left on the clock, and there is 0 doubt. It is a B hit. Mada will fall. That's at CT. Still 1 player at the bomb site. And the TPing Thief will actually get the better of Asuna. So Hookah control falls to Luminosity, but the plant will still come out with 10 seconds remaining. Will not get denied. Thief finds 1 more onto Nitro. That's the planner to fall. 3-on-3. Retake for LG. Very precarious situation. Managing their angles as best as possible, but 100 Thieves post-plant situation is just too strong. Hiko busts out the Hunter's Fury to seal it, and through his own teammate, finds the kill on a Stellar. Man, 100 Thieves, I really am baffled. There was 0 information throughout that entire round that there was any presence towards A following like 30 seconds in.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I wonder whether or not, because they had gotten information over there early and made a little bit of presence, that they were fooled that hard, or whether or not they were just going off of a hunch. Because KZ, I mean, he had the operator in hand, but was not in a position to use it, which, if you're a Jett, if you're the operator moving around on the map, you need to be moving around on the map, especially if you have no info. That said, it's not over yet. 5-1. 100 Thieves is absolutely commanding this half so far, and their attack side is looking so good. And I wonder whether or not LG will find a solution. And this is, of course, an eco round. They're just rocking some pistols here, but as we close out the first half, that will be LG's challenge, finding a way to stop the advance of 100 Thieves and maybe find some entries to put themselves in an advantage situation. But slow A play from 100 Thieves now. AZ with knives out finds 1. Nitro trades 1 kill out, but they're going to reverse direction back to B. Mada, though, this is the threat we saw on Haven. So dangerous from LG as their sheriff work. And there's a beautiful headshot into Hookah. Another one onto Dicey. Oh my goodness, now it's just 2 players of 100 Thieves trying to push into this bomb site with it. Nitro having elbow, you think maybe it'd be easy, but
for all
Mada having other plans. And Hiko finding 1. Nitro with a second. There's 30 seconds left. Plenty of time to still win this. But Mada finding a 3rd is still alive in a 1v1 against Hiko.
Oh, man.
Hiko just denies it, though, with a classic burst to the face. Mada, a valiant effort, man. You looked so good, but unfortunately not enough of a team contribution, and he could not ace it himself. NT, 6-1 now. 100 Thieves scrape out an anti-eco win that really could have gone either way.
Yeah, and I think you were just trying to press a little bit too early for 100 Thieves for that hookah control. I like the idea that when Thief actually threw the paint shells through the teleporter from short A into hookah, Asuna actually just ran into the teleporter room. And I thought the play was going to be, I'm going to hold in there while the rest of my teammates will work as the teammates at the B site, and he catches rotations from the A side through the teleporter. But instead, he walked back through the teleporter and was the first point of contact while his teammates was still just slightly a little bit more behind on the take towards B. But that's definitely enough time for Mada to just land those shots with the Sheriff. So it was close. It came to a 1 versus 1, but something that came into fruition here for the attackers in the end from Hiko's clutch. A trade that does not pan out finally does so in the hands of Nitro from Hookah instead of Dicey's operator. And they're still trying to move this spike in towards this B side. Another trade-off as Mada is holding towards the elbow. The wide swing comes through and they're running inside that site. They are coming into this B site. You do have 1 just at the spawn site as well. A recon dart, paint shells at the same time. And it's still going to be a 1-for-1 trade. So in the end, this 2 versus 2, a fake plan to try to push them out. A big paranoia. But a smoke from Hookah leaves him stranded. As Dicey is going to try to clutch a 2 versus 1 and does not pay off. What a play here from the last 2 players of Luminosity Gaming to get that crucial round that was needed for LG.
Yeah, that's really important for LG. I mean, they need to at least put some rounds up on the board, right?
Yeah.
But you know what? I think something that is maybe I've overlooked a little bit when we're talking about how good aproto has been on both this map and Haven, but I've seen more often than not, and this is something that you would expect from a team like 100 Thieves, but they're converting the trades extremely well. aproto is taking some very ballsy peaks. He's very confident in his play. Rightfully so. aproto's insane. But the multi-kills that we usually see him getting are not panning out right now in a big way. 100 Thieves is getting decisive trades on him when he does make his play. And you know what? I think when we're looking at that B site hold in that last round, you know, he stepped up to the plate and almost made a tremendous play for his squad. But instead, 100 Thieves, you know, able to trade that out cleanly just means a free bomb site for them. So throughout this entire game, it seems like the multi-fragging ability of Luminosity has been mitigated severely. And with a team with this much experience and certainly confidence, I expect that at the very least, and they're showing that now. 100 Thieves up 6-2. And the attack side of Bind is very impressive so far.
Fire in the hole!
Set mollies here from Steel. And unfortunately, a showstopper does not pay off towards the A side, so they're just going to have to commit. That set molly was actually to be thrown towards that B cubby to see if anybody would push out, but that's a perfect cyber cage, actually, to prevent anybody from getting across. And somehow, I think that the molly missed. It went on the top to exactly where Dicey dashed into the site instead of actually being thrown into the cubby. So this allows now Mada to throw up the Hunter's Fury. We're dropping a spike intentionally here because we're just looking for entries for the guys pressing forward, and it's working out. 3 to fall instantaneously and leaving only 1. Stellar, 10 seconds left on the clock. Off the flank on Hookah. Position is given away. You could see from this end, he's just looking to do a little bit of damage, a little bit of luck kills if he can. But at the end of the day, will be a save round for the last remaining member of the defenders of LG. And back in a lead, strongly by 5, is going to be 100 Thieves.
100 Thieves making a statement. Man, I kind of laughed at myself a bit. I think I did it on the microphone, so I
laugh at you all the
apologize to Asuna. No, the Asuna ult coming out of showers and then immediately getting decapitated was
Yeah.
mildly amusing. But I've seen them run that several times where they have, you know, Asuna either make a play or he's popping his ult, showstopper on the other side of the map. It hasn't really drawn rotates. And it didn't matter. Obviously, the B hit was so successful that nobody was lost on the other side of the map. But I felt a little bad for laughing about it. But I tell you what, throughout this game, you know, 100 Thieves really hasn't needed to throw much misdirection. I feel like Luminosity's rotates just haven't been there anyway. But as I say that, you know, we've at least in that last round, you know, the B rotate did come in, but you just get shot in the face immediately. There's no retake to speak of. There's no real planned, you know, approach to winning that round for LG. They're just dead before they even get the opportunity to. So, you know, analyzing what they could be doing better is simply winning these fights at this point. Asuna bullying for more Hookah control, but his teammates are spread across the map. Just working a default, knowing that a low buy is coming out from Luminosity. You don't want to overextend. You don't want to put yourself in a situation to be ecoed. Certainly not
damage
after.
he took, though. He took a lot of damage just from map control on Hookah. He's like below 50.
You're absolutely right. Another slow round. And I think a lot of these save rounds, we've seen some teams in this tournament so far gamble a lot, you know, just like have 5 classics at a bomb site. And right now we see, well, just that occurring. AZ maintains his position in the showers, but his teammates have rotated over to B, and, you know, 100 Thieves is going to be relatively quick to figure this out, but should be pushing onto the A bomb site momentarily. Stellar, though, with a Vandal, has other plans. Rips the head off of Dicey.
This could be big.
30 seconds
He
left.
basically has that Vandal save from that previous round, and if he's able... Oh, never mind. I was going to say, like, after Ksiaze died, that's already information that the hit's coming towards this A side, so he's in a great position, in a great spot from U-Haul to actually do more damage than he can. Thief doing as much as he can to take one down with him as he kills one with the Sheriff, but that's it. A 3 versus 1. This round is going to be secured for 100 Thieves. And it's going to be Thief trying to run back with the Vandal himself to save into the next. And yeah, if Stellar was able to get a couple of more kills there, then maybe the round would and the story would have been different into the last round. And even Asuna is not letting Thief save his weapon. With 2 HP remaining, like I said, he ate so much damage at the beginning of the round, and he still gets a kill in the end and stays alive with 2 HP. That's how confident and ballsy Asuna could be on these rounds, and just him as a player in general. So it's going to be 8-2 in favor of 100 Thieves, and LG, I think you're trying to lick your wounds and trying to bring this back at least to make it an 8-4. But with the way that 100 Thieves are playing, like you said, Lex, as they're training things out very adequately on their end, it just makes it harder for LG to play these retakes.
Yeah, and I wonder, maybe I'm being a bit pessimistic. A nice little hookah peek coming out, but the shots don't land, at least not enough.
Okay.
A lot of damage, actually, from the paint shells. Will catch Asuna. Does not net a kill, but nevertheless, the A push comes out from Dicey, not entirely supported by the rest of his team, so he falls immediately to a headshot from Stellar. Probably threw a paranoia out, maybe that's why they were stalled. Nevertheless, Steel presses forward with Spike in hand. Pops his Killjoy ult. LG may neglect to leave. They may stay here. No, they're gonna leave, okay. Steel picks up one, but now it's a 2-on-4. Luminosity with a big advantage here. No spike planted yet.
Yeah.
Steel gets pegged back camera once more. Will fall to mada. And Hiko finds one before falling to Thieves. So Luminosity with some life in the half. And I was about to postulate at the beginning of the round that this could be the end of Luminosity on this map. But they scraped one out, so well done to Luminosity. I wonder, though, whether or not this deficit can be made up for. We did see a strong attack side from LG when we casted them last, fans, but, you know, just with how well 100 Thieves is playing at this point, they seem to have moved past whatever was going on in Haven internally, and certainly they're all playing well now, so
yeah.
This is definitely 100 Thieves half, perhaps their game at this point.
I think just where it looked clean before from 100 Thieves execution, I think it felt like it slipped a little bit on that previous round, though. Steel got tagged by a camera from the front of U-Haul and still gets tagged by the same camera at the bottom of Heaven at the end of the round to die. And that nullified everything from the Killjoy ult, the lockdown that he set down. That's because nobody from Luminosity Gaming needed to peek out or try to destroy the lockdown, because the camera was always up to get all the information necessary for them to play the retake. So nobody popped it down, and that caused the round to come in favor of Luminosity. But Dicey has different words to say. He goes for 2 updrafts and gets 2 kills with the the Bladestorm instead, sorry. But we're still pushing forward inside the spawn site, bringing the fight to the rotators. Ksiaze has the Bladestorm of his own. It's a 3 versus 1. He's full paranoid at the same time towards the back of the towels, looking for that click onto Steel. Gets the 4th one, but that's not enough right after, as thankfully Asuna was coming out there for the trade.
Switching sides.
He's able to salvage and save that round for 100 Thieves to make it 9-3.
Valiant attempt there, picking up 4, almost getting the ace clutch, but not quite there. I will say this. There was at no point in this half where LG seemed to have anything under control. 100 Thieves, absolutely dominant on the attack side of Bind. I'm impressed. Honestly, like earlier on in the day, their struggles came on defense against a very competent and aggressive short play out of Cloud9. You know, they spent a lot of time exploiting that, right?
Yeah.
And they really didn't have success on their attack side in the same way that they did just now. So I anticipate, you know, regarding the skill differences or maybe the quality and caliber of the teams being so vast, I would say that 100 Thieves has this map locked up.
Here.
But it really does start here with the pistol. LG would need to mount a comeback starting right now, and Steel catches some hot lead from a frenzy at range. KZ, nice move through that smoke.
Yeah, Classic versus Frenzy, definitely a tough one to win on that mid-range battle. And that's already pretty much that map almost given away here on the A side. Thankfully, the turret's still up. That's going to spot a couple of players. We are still on the older patch, so despite that, off the grave, he's still able to be useful for the team. But it's still natural that it's going to fall at U-Haul. Hiko forced to fall back towards pipes, waiting for his teammates to rotate, but the rotate's actually coming through the teleporter and short A. So it's going to be 3 different angles to try to chime in. So individual fights that have to be won. Asuna, the first point, but he loses it versus Mada. Now towards the short A is going to be Dicey. Him and Hiko in a 5 versus 2. Only 2 players are low on HP for the defenders, or should I say the attackers on a Polish plant. But Dicey still manages to get 2 kills in the end before he gets swept up by Mada again. And LG wins this pistol, man. Let's not discount him again like we did before, Lex.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I mentioned in that brief caveat, like, look, 100 Thieves struggled on the defensive side against Cloud9 in a big way. Now, LG is not Cloud9, but, you know, I will give them the benefit of, okay, having won the pistol just now, and it isn't that vast of an uphill climb. You got 5 rounds where you need to close. You know, you're gonna have this round. If you win the next bonus, suddenly this would be like a 9-6 scenario, and absolutely a firm economy would be comeback scenario. But
Yeah.
one round at a time at this point. Luminosity has a long way to go. And they're looking like they're going to work towards A. Scouting out with that Al drone, but only determining the location of one player. That is, I believe Asuna behind the truck. Slow working up short is LG. Asuna finds the first on a KZ. That's huge. And Dicey presses forward with the classic to get one of his own. Aproto pressured hard and short. Supported by Thief and Mada now. So maybe this is a clean round for LG after all. But that was looking very scary for a moment. And still, you know what? On these rounds where you are just investing literally nothing or perhaps a classic into it, if you can get both ultimate orbs, you know what? We'll chalk that up to a win. So
Yeah.
Steel making a 1,000,000-mile dash across the map. Actually slows it to a walk now, but wrap around towards showers. I don't think that orb is still there, and certainly the plant's gone down, so it doesn't matter now. But
Yeah.
maybe looking for a kill, maybe looking for a weapon. He knows a gun's down in showers, so maybe stealing away a Phantom's in the cards. But we'll see here soon.
I still wish that Dicey pushed down towards short A instead of dashing away, because they, with the first kill coming in from Thief, a big paranoia to allow for them to get that second kill into the A cubby, and knowing that the third player was there in the left side corner and eating shock darts left from Hiko, that was a weakened player, and the element of surprise continues. I think they would have had a chance to maybe even get the third kill, and then Thief only came in a little bit later on. Steel is just trying to hopefully pick up a weapon in the end here, and he'll salvage a Bulldog. But yeah, I think if they kept on pushing, it would have been an even better eco in their end, maybe getting even 3 kills instead of just 2. But they've done enough damage. They keep LG guessing at this point.
Yeah, I mean, that was so close to being 2 kills going the way of 100 Thieves, and suddenly Luminosity's at risk of getting ecoed, but 3 live, I believe.
Yep.
I think there was 3.
Yep.
And they've cut the deficit to 4. So there's some good things to think about if you're an LG fan here. Now that said, Dicey is rocking an operator and is going for this early peek towards showers. He whips the shot, unfortunate. Nice blade across his line of sight there and somehow dodge bullets. What's up, Neo? 5-on-5 still. And both teams have done this, you know, Raze hookah control, almost leaving them as lurkers to establish that map control and kind of leave them alone. If we want to go back towards B later on, we can do that with that position held. That said, okay, actually they are bringing the spike up from mid, so looks like it could be a B hit from Luminosity. Go ahead.
You know when you want to feel old, you say, "What's up, Neo?" But there's a possibility that there's a 60% of the audience that probably have never seen The Matrix because they weren't.
Was it like 98 or 96 or something like
99.
that? 99. Oh my goodness. Oh, go watch The Matrix, folks. If you haven't seen it, it's worth it, okay? Nice being forced off by these paint shells. Operator gets pinned back up at elbow. Free sight for LG. They're happy to take it on this bonus round. SMGs in hand. They want to get as close as possible anyway. Spike planted. Hiko gets a wall bang out of KZ. That's huge. Nice start to the retake. 5-on-4. Looking for some wall bangs is Dicey. And you do see on the other side of the map, Steel is about to take TP and come in through hookah, but Luminosity's already abandoned that position entirely. The retake is on. Dicey finds 1. Make that 2 with Asuna coming into the back of the site, and he's bailed out, but doesn't even need it. Turns on mada, finds another. And Stellar lives for just long enough to pick up 4. Oh my goodness, the fact that he almost won that? Like, I was ready to end the round vocally. I'm like, and that's going to be it for 100. And then this man just steps out with a, oh man, collecting 2 crisp headshots, and I think that was 4 in quick succession for Stellar.
Yep.
Imagine if he got that done. That would have been jaw-dropping. 10-5 now, 100 Thieves looking to put the nail in the coffin, Vansili. They have the weaponry now. They have the operator on Dicey. And, you know, for LG, that's the first sign of resistance that they've met. I wonder whether or not, because they got that bomb site so easy, I didn't see all of the kills come out, but it seems as though they may have overextended a bit, which is unfortunate with all the advantages that they had in that round, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
And because of that, and looking at the economy that 100 Thieves had into this round, they want to force back into it too, because this is probably the moment where they can make it closer or have to battle it back to overtime. I'm saying that because we have a judge for one of the players, 100 Thieves. I saw a Bulldog, if I'm not mistaken, as well. You have an ultimate that you're going to try to waste out from 100 Thieves, and it works out so far. Asuna does not connect, but at least it baits up a frenzy shot, and he still gets the kill, but it's at least traded off there by Dicey. Gets a second one as well from the spawn side, and he does connect onto Thief, and that's an early 1 minute advantage in favor of 100 Thieves. The rest of them now, since they know the Opera's playing towards this area, and they only have the short pistols and maybe even a lower buy coming in from Stellar, it's just going to be harder to fight towards this B side. They're counting on Ksiaze to get one off the rotation, take the teleporter, and then hopefully make it a 3 versus 3 should aproto make it in with Stellar into the site
30 seconds
unscathed
left.
with a spike plant.
And you see these... I think that's KZ has worked out of long B with a Vandal and is on the bomb site. He's going to get a free one onto Dicey. That's huge. Bomb site now knowingly vacant, despite the fact that he knows that there's pressure on this bomb site still. He doesn't know that he's out-elbowed that Hiko with a huge play to drop the spike in front of Hookah. 6 seconds remaining. There's no way KZ's going to have to save this somehow. And he's going to get the frag on, and that's Hiko with another excellent frag. Shuts down the late round LG push on a B. Excellent job. 100 Thieves almost let that round slip with a few mistakes, but cleaning that back up was Hiko with some heroics at the end, and LG didn't know it, but he had been there that whole time. Just waiting. 11-5 now. This is seemingly a landslide towards 100 Thieves in a way that maybe we didn't see in Haven, you know, in terms of their dominance. Mm-hmm. This seems like LG's not even getting a footing into these rounds.
Well, paint shells after paint shells, but it's still going to be Dicey with the opener. Operator onto Thief. So that's map control lost for the attacker side onto Hookah. Well, everything else is still kind of split. The lurk play at the showers. Asuna making it a kill onto Ksiaze. And everybody's going to regroup with the last 3 players of LG towards the A side. Mada's going to pick up that orb just to charge up here the Hunter's Fury, unless he had it already. I didn't pay attention to that, really. Maybe he just grabs it to deny the orb at the same time, too. My apologies if I missed the chat. But they are looking with the last 3 players to just look for a do-or-die moment inside the A site if they can get things going. Steel is going to be the one that's just going to watch the back, wait for the dark cover to dismiss, while Nitro is going to be the first point of contact. He's looking at it here from the site. A nice shot to start things off. And that's another player to fall. Steel to trade it off. Mada stuck on his own. He could be the player to clutch it here. He does look pretty healthy. He does have a Hunter's Fury to work with. And also he has time to maybe even run away for a bit, with the exception of Dicey. And that arrow, that's going to be enough. They're going to spot him right now. They're going to charge forward. And it continues to pulse away. Never shot back from Mada, because he was expecting at any moment somebody was going to push forward. And by the time he spotted somebody, it was actually 3 players that pushed forward at the same time to kill him. So it's going to be at least, you know, the positive aspect is that they got the spike plant legs. So they lost, what, 3 rounds in a row at least? Yeah, 3 rounds in a row plus a spike plant will allow them to go for at least some sort of a healthy buy as much as they can. Like, it could have been a lot worse. But they're fighting for their lives now, at least for this map.
Let me ask you this, Vance. I mean, at this point, like, it doesn't seem as though LG is playing poorly individually, despite the fact that the scoreboard, you know, isn't necessarily showing anybody in particular standing out, right? But I think that, you know, at this point, would you consider the win to be out of LG's sails on this map, and does that continue to a map 3? I guess we'll have to see, but...
Yeah. Like I said, it's 2 maps where they played against 100 Thieves that they struggle with, right? 48 hours ago, which is why I like the fact that they want Haven to make this like a very close matchup in the end.
Right.
But it could still very well be the end for them with these last 2 maps that we have.
We've got a Hunter's Fury battle going on. You'll love to see that. Hiko gets the better of Thief, though. We'll claim him the victor here, 4-on-4 as the B push comes in. Dicey makes that 3 as LG gets minimized once more. Over here at Long. Over at the Octagon position, Nitro fending things off from Cubby, rather, making an insane turn to find that second one, and Hiko closes out on Amada, 13-5, a commanding Easy victory.